Well, we certainly have a situation at Arsenal right now. This isn't something you see every day from Arsenal. This is something you read about in the news. I'm not used to this, but we've got... I think this is actually a bit disgusting. We've got our captain, Koscielny, refusing to travel to the US for our pre-season tour. Let that sink in just for a second. Our club captain. Now, I want to make this video because there are so many different opinions on this. Some people saying that he deserves to leave. Some people think that this is disgusting and therefore he should have his captaincy stripped from him. I mean, it's a very delicate situation. Let's talk about the facts first and then we'll talk about opinions afterwards. But first of all, we're on the official Arsenal Twitter account. You can see they've just posted a picture. There's no Koscielny there. He's not on the plane. Now, the first thing I want to say is I have read, though, he did turn up to training, but he then said, I will not be going to the US. So right at the end of last season, it was rumoured that Koscielny asked to leave. And I don't think Arsenal would have had an issue with it because we know that Koscielny's past his best. We know we need to improve our defence and maybe selling Koscielny isn't a bad idea. We can get some funds in, we can save some wages, seeing as he's on pretty high wages, and it might not be a bad thing, right? However, this is where things get a little bit interesting because Koscielny apparently demanded he be set free as a free agent, just released. Now, football or not, business, whatever job you're in, if you're under contract, which he is for another 12 months, you are an employee. You are being paid every single month, week, day, technically. He's under employment. He, therefore, has no right to be going for free. Arsenal will have a fee due to them should anyone want to buy our asset, which is Koscielny, who, don't get me wrong, club captain, he's been fantastic for us. One of our best signings. Honestly, I can't think of many other defenders that came out of nowhere. We literally signed him from nothing and turned him into, in his prime, one of the best defenders in the league. I get that. He's a fantastic servant to the club, but if you're under contract, you're under contract. You don't just go for free. So the issue we've got here is Koscielny said he wanted to leave and we probably accepted that decision, right? But what we didn't accept, and I'm so thankful for this because Arsenal, we're known to be pushovers, aren't we? We're soft. We're softies, that's for sure. It seems that we were like, no, you can't. You can't just go for free. You're going to have to convince a team to buy you. That's how football works, right? So they have released a statement. If we go down here, let's go on their website. I mean, this picture's just hilarious, isn't it? So, Laurent Koscielny has refused to travel to the US for our pre-season tour. We are very disappointed by Laurent's actions, which are against our clear instructions. So, this isn't just he hasn't turned up. This is, he's probably said, I'm not going, release me. And Arsenal have said, well, no, come on tour with us and we'll try and sell you, whatever it may be. You're our club captain, you have to come on tour with us. I mean, that's a no-brainer, right? And he's clearly decided not to turn up against those instructions. We hope to resolve this matter and will not be providing any further comment at this time. See, I like this. I really do. We've seen it with PSG and Neymar. Obviously, he didn't turn up to their pre-season training and they instantly posted on their website a statement. We've done the same. Of course, this is a completely different level. We're not talking about a player in his prime still worth hundreds of millions, okay? We're talking about Koscielny that I think in today's market is probably not worth anything more than 5 million, something like that. However, it's the principle behind it. The fact that he's our club captain and the fact that he's pretty much holding the club to ransom. It's set me free for free or I don't play. And that's blackmail. It's as simple as that. And I don't know whether this is just bad advice from an agent or if he just feels like he was given certain promises that haven't been upheld. Who knows what's going on behind closed doors, but there is just no way, shape or form that this is okay. because it just isn't. Let's go back to the Twitter here. We're seeing other videos here of the players, as they always do before pre-season tours kick off. They stand on the plane stairs. You've got the full tour squad list here. Let me get it up on screen. So we've got Leno, Martinez and Macy, 3 goalkeepers. We've got Bellerin, Jenkinson, Chambers, Socrates, Mustafi, Holding, Mavropanos, Medley, Monreal, Kolasinac, Thompson, Maitland-Niles, Willock, Xhaka, Burton, Olayinka, maybe. I don't know too much about this guy. Mkhitaryan, Ozil, Nelson, Smith Rowe, Martinelli, the new signings, Saka, Aubameyang, Lacazette, and Nketiah, and John Jules, who, by the way, looks very, very promising. So, just no Koscielny. Just simple as that. And you're telling me that this graphic was made after that happened? Well, it's possible, but I'm pretty sure things aren't done just like that. This would have been designed yesterday, day before, as we approach the day when we actually leave. All of these things are organised, like having the pictures done and having the ladies that stand at the bottom. It's all sponsored by Emirates. We're flying via Emirates, and you get what I'm trying to say. This would not, I don't think so. This would not have been produced after the whole Koscielny situation started. So I've got to say, guys, I'm really upset by this because I do like Koscielny, although I don't think he is what we need anymore. I think there has to be a way that these things happen, and we're seeing it more and more in football with players thinking they're bigger than the club. There's 3 French clubs apparently that want him, but they will only sign him if he's a free agent. So I can imagine he's gone into the office and said, look, so-and-so want me. However, I need to be let go. I need you guys to release me so I can join them. I've finished my journey here at Arsenal. I don't think I've got enough quality to stay in the first team, because he doesn't. And I can only imagine he asked to go and hope that he'd just be given his wish. But the club clearly have taken a stance on this that is abnormal, and he probably wasn't expecting it, but they're shaming him, publicly shaming him, saying, look, guys, our club captain, Koscielny, has basically disregarded and disrespected the club and has refused to go on tour with us. Your club captain. And I didn't expect this from Koscielny. I mean, I get it. Maybe some of the other players... It wouldn't surprise me if Ozil did something like this. Let's say he wanted to move, which I don't think he does. Who's going to pay in those ridiculous wages? I kind of half expect it from Ozil, but Koscielny, man. And that's why I wanted to make this video and talk about it. It's completely crazy. So what does this mean? Where do we go from here? I think that Koscielny will be gone, regardless of whether we get enough money for him or not. There's no doubt in my mind that this is a very damning situation for him and the club. I don't think that this can be repaired unless it really has been a lack of communication and it's an error. But what Koscielny has done, I think, is almost unfixable. I think refusing to come on tour as the club captain, for me, I agree with some of what other people are saying, and that is he should no longer be captain and he should be sold. I think that the new captain should be given to a new player very soon. I'm guessing it's either going to be... See what, this picture it's kind of fitting. You've got, I would say, the front runners at the front. You've got Ozil, Xhaka, Monreal, Bellerin, Lacazette. I'd argue that maybe Socrates. Where's Socrates? He's the one who's never... There, he's right near the front as well. Mustafi. Oh, God, Mustafi. I think it's most likely going to go to Socrates. I feel like he has a presence. He is one of the most experienced players. I think maybe Ozil, maybe Lacazette or Xhaka. But honestly, the one player that I would consider is... I just realised you can't see my mouse, but I'm pointing at Bellerin. I think Bellerin would be a very, very good choice. I think that he's Arsenal through and through. He's been at the club for a long time. He's clearly very passionate. And I think he would do a very good job. So that would be the first step for me. Announce that Koscielny is no longer club captain and that Bellerin or whoever is taking over straight away for the American tour. And that would turn a very negative situation into potentially a positive one, because we're seeing something new, something fresh. And we all now feel like Koscielny has done us bad. He's done us dirty, isn't he? So we would probably quickly forget about all this. And then we sell him. Let's find out who those 3 French teams are. Apparently Bordeaux are one of them. Let's talk to Bordeaux. Let's see if they can buy him out of his contract. So therefore, we're not letting him go for free, and we're going to potentially get a couple of million somehow, and then just resolve it. The way that this has gone down is just clearly a massive lack of communication, but most of all, it's a lack of respect. And Arsenal deserve better from a captain. And if this was any other team, if this was happening at Chelsea, if this was happening at Manchester United, I'd be tweeting, oh my God, how terrible is that? That's so bad. That is really embarrassing. It is embarrassing. I'm embarrassed right now. The fact that our club captain has refused to go on tour. You have to be kidding me. So, for me, new captain, let him go. And I'm sad because Koscielny has been a great player for us. He's a true servant of the club. I wouldn't call him a legend anymore. And that's the real sad thing, because I'd argue he wasn't a legend. He hasn't turned our club into a title-winning team, right? But he's been a true servant, and he's always worn his heart on his sleeve. You know, he's always been a true warrior for us and a good defender. And that reputation has been tarnished, all because he wants to force a move. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm very disappointed. I find it very difficult to defend it. That's another issue. A lot of people out there saying, you know what, he deserves to go. We should be letting him go for free. Just grant him his wish and move on. And you know what? It wouldn't affect us too much financially. I know that letting him go for free, if anything, it's just saving wages, right? When we could potentially get a couple of million. It's not a massive deal. But I want the club to show that they're made of steel, that they're not pushovers anymore. And that, do you know what? If you mess us around, we're not going to take it. This is the perfect response so far. Announce it publicly. Everyone is disappointed in Lolo now, or Koscielny. Everyone is upset by it. He's only gone and harmed himself now. The club come out winning in this situation, regardless of what happens now. I am very intrigued to see what does happen. In other news, by the way, you would have seen in that team list, we do actually have 4 new members to the squad. They've been promoted into the first team. We have, oh my God, my mind's gone blank now. We've got Smith Rowe coming in. He has taken the number 30 shirt, I believe it was. We've got Reece Nelson coming in as number 24. We have Nketiah coming in as number 20. What was Nketiah? I can't remember what Nketiah's taken. Was it? No, I can't remember. But Joe Willock as well, number 28. So 4 youngsters have been promoted to the first team. And I heard a report that all the first team members stood in a line and clapped for them as they walked onto the training pitch. I think that is such a nice touch. So Martinelli joining as well. That's effectively 5 new players promoted into the first team. Of course, a couple of those players were already playing for us last season, like Nketiah and Willock. But Smith Rowe and Nelson coming back and clearly being part of the plans is fantastic. Saliba apparently is close to being done. We have now got a bit of a dilemma though. Do we actually loan him back to Saint Etienne? Or because of this situation with Koscielny popping up, do we then try and convince them to let us take him now? Because if we are without Koscielny and we're not going to be signing another centre-back potentially, then we need to get Saliba as a permanent transfer now. So something to watch out for. Zaha apparently cut his... I think he's still away with the Ivory Coast. They're still in the tournament, so he's had to come back early from his holiday, technically in between games, to sort things out, and he'll be going back. So there's something to read into that. Clearly, he's not happy. I think there's probably something to do with Arsenal behind this, asking him to put some pressure on the club if you really want to join. So there's all sorts of transfer news still bubbling around, and I'll be sure to update you guys. But this has been a horrible video, really. I feel absolutely terrible about this situation, but good on Arsenal for for sticking their guns out, and saying, no, this isn't happening. So well done, Arsenal. And hopefully the Koscielny situation will be resolved soon.